Everything is a good drop. Everything now. Okay, I'm probably getting. Let's try that one.
I need a bump.
Can I get a bump? Okay. Do you know anything about arrangement? Because that's what I was going to go first.
Your templates, I see all your arrangements.
Yeah.
I label it, but I don't arrange it like that by any means.
Do you know what to bring in, when to bring in, and stuff? Like the whole the objective of arrangement?
Would you like to explain it to me?
I mean, yeah. Well, I just am curious about like how much of it, because like is it in DJing, you know how arranging goes, because like. You know, you're not going to have a lot of bass heavy things on the intro here. You're going to have like hi-hats and like maybe a vocal, right? And then in the intro here, then you're that's like when you're switching songs, and then the build should be fully transitioned unless you're doing a double.
Right.
Yeah, and then the drop is perfectly clean.
Right, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So to do that, you have all your sounds in the drop, and you know, this is all the sounds that you're going to use. And then you essentially work that backwards into the intro. So that's I usually start by building a drop and then taking it backwards.
Yeah.
Like if I have an idea in my head, then I'll yank the storyline back by maybe just doing the drums first. Like it could be the drums or the sounds, like the leads. Like the drums, if I have this, I usually use the template. If I have a beat, so I'll bring those like some different high elements in at one time. Like if the intro starts, then maybe I would bring in just the like the hi-hat loop, like this one here. Where's the hi-hats? That one. Shit. I'd probably bring these in actually. That's too fast. Maybe even that. But you see what I'm saying? Like you would take the bulk of it and then thin it out as you get back this way, instead of, if you don't, you're just gonna have a wall of sound for the entire song.
So you can like leak it into the beginning.
Yeah, you want to tease in, like that's a good point. You want to tease in like you want to keep the kick and snare from the previous song that you're mixing into, right? Most of the time. So yeah, you'd probably lead in with like your hi-hats or your rides or something like that, or some interesting high that you have, like maybe it could be even a sound like a lead, and then you'd start that so that when you're mixing, the people know what to expect next.
Something like that.
Exactly, yeah. Like that's why a lot of like I don't know, "Humble" by Kendrick Lamar and like the hip hop songs like that you can lead in. Yeah, they'll usually kick that in on the previous song's drop, but that's where you put it. You put it in this intro. And then you have your verse, and you're building your drop, right? But that's the main structure of what's it called? Arrangement. Mm-hmm. Shit. So what I wanted to do is we have that mix in part, right? And then after where this is mix out, we just build it into another drop. Because you can do in dubstep and trap, you can have one drop and then another drop and then the break, right? So I'm thinking chill-ish drop and then a heavier drop, and then let my buddy do the whatever he wants to do with the last. But what I'm saying is, like, everyone follows that 8-bar rule, though, obviously, because you know, when you're mixing, you want to be able to count it out. But like your mix out here would be essentially the same as your intro. And then this is just for ease of mixing too. Sometimes you can add like a FX, like a impact on the build, so that you could mix it into the build, right? Like if you're mixing fast on dubstep and you want to, you know, your dubstep drop is about to end and you want to go into another dubstep drop, you can do like an impact where it hits and there's no sound, and then your new sounds come in so that it's easier to mix. Like you can make these are the little tricks that you want to look at when you're making.
The beginning of the song is hitting that impact, so you can mix into it.
Yeah, so if it makes it, you want it as easy for DJs to play it as possible in every mixing point. If it's a drop, you want it to be either layered or editable, I guess. you want to leave a little bit of room somewhere. I do, at least. Like some people in like Sullivan King songs, you can't fit anything. You know, there's just huge amounts of sound, or like Excision songs.
Yeah.
But like tape B, you can layer vocals over, right? So I try and have like a little bit of a balance on that,
Kind of like,
sonically.
Yeah, no, what you're saying. Like,
Yeah. But that's what I would start with. Like arranging this, I still haven't got the, it's all fucked up. You can see that. But like on the second drop, it's like the, I think this is the trappier drop. Yeah. This is more of like rhythm, right?
yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
Trappier.
boom. But then I was trying, this last one I was fucking around with stuff, so there's like absolutely nothing there.
Yeah.
But in this one I would just copy all of this, the highs here, and just paste them on that other one. That way it's consistent. So you have your A, B, A, C, A, B, A, B. It can be anything, but you want them like pretty much similar. And then when you're adding stuff or subtracting stuff from it, like this one, hold on. What was that? Yeah. Let's do that. Redo. So this one would have more stuff going on in it than this one. So maybe like I'll take these out, and then so you want to add energy as it goes, right? Because like the drop stays the same the entire time. It's cool, but it's like very flat. You want to be introducing sounds about every like 4 bars, right? Like even if it's minor, or changing them, not necessarily introducing them, because then you can stack up your frequencies too much, and then it'll just sound like a bunch of shit. Like if you have too many frequencies, no one's gonna know how to dance to it because they can't hear the hi-hats or the rides or the
There's no rhythm.
yeah, there's no rhythm. Yeah, so you have to like carve that out at the same time, adding new stuff to keep it interesting for a person's ear. So, I don't know why that's there.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of sounds going on there, and I want to. This is like a good spot for you to jump in because I'm trying to refine these. This is all the drop sounds. This is.
Bass is fucking thick.
Yeah, right. It's. I don't even think I've done it.
Guess what Gabe just asked me for?
What? I have a plug. You can send to that Trevor guy.
Yeah.
This is fast. I wish I had a better system like organized for this, but I'm pretty sure this is how every fucking producer makes music. Like you hear something wrong and you just fix it real quick. So that LFO is going down too quick, I think.
I want to get into his serum, bro. I have it, and bro, I don't even know where to start with it.
Oh, this is intimidating as fuck. Sometimes I look at Siri and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Like, do you bounce off somebody else's preset and then kind of just use a preset, fuck with it, bounce off, make a new preset, and just keep going?
Yeah. So how I learned was presets, and then I started tweaking the presets and then saving them under my custom ones, and so that's how your sound evolves.
Yeah.
Like you have the sounds that you go with a lot.
That you want to make, and
Yeah.
you can tweak those sounds.
And I'll show you another trick too. So like this one, I really like this growl because it's got a whole big ass spectrum of sound. It's got like if we do this 2D, see how much crap is going on here. There's just a lot to play with in your ear, and then the filter gives it a lot of movement. I edit this one a lot and switch wavetables and stuff to get different sounds, but pretty much just find one, and it doesn't even have to be like you're never gonna find the perfect one. Find one that you just think sounds fucking sick, and then save it to a folder. All you have to do is hit the save thing here, and then go to your it'll pop up. Go to your presets, and put it under user or name it a different folder, and then just save it and label it what it is. Like a good way to organize is definitely or like leads for sure, leads, pads, basses. I get really specific with my other ones. I'll have like one shots or sustains. But it's all up to you. However your mind works, yours is gonna be different than me. But I have a bunch of these, and then these are the ones that I just keep making new ones of. You know, like maybe this sound here will evolve at the end of this song, and I'll save it as a new preset of what the song was or something. But yeah, that's how you want to be organized with your samples and your sound design, because that's how you refine stuff. And then you hear people are like you're like, oh man, that girl was fucking sick. Right. Then I'm like, okay, that sound was sick. Let's save it into my deal because someone noticed it. If people notice it, that's a really big clue that sound should be in your go-to stuff. Yeah.
Facts.
So this one was. See what I did there? This was really like straight. Yeah. This one gives it a little bit more of a, because it's trappy, I want a little bit smoother of a. So I was gonna add some like filler stuff, and when you're working on it, this is a template, so I have a whole bunch of like other stuff that I'm not using. Shit. Harv, chill out, dude. And so the main reason I got Rift was to make new sounds, because I am in no way, by any stretch of the imagination, a good sound designer. I know what to tweak to make it fit in the mix, but if you said, hey, like if you told me something to make, I'd be like, maybe at best, you know. I can't do what like Virtual Riot does, or you know, those guys are on a whole different plane of existence.
Real frequencies and like real fucking synthesizers and shit like that.
And you know, there's a lot cooler thing. I want to show you the synthesizer, by the way, before you go tonight.
Got one?
No, it's a new one. I want to get it. I'm like this close, but it's like a 3D one. You can see the sound in space. Oh my yeah, it's fucking sick. But the Serum is at this point almost an older plugin. You know, there's a lot easier synthesizers to use, but Serum's just like industry standard. It's like Pioneer or Ableton. It's like kind of everyone has it, so it's very commercialized. But it's definitely not the most user-friendly synth out there. It's very complex looking and hasn't really been updated in quite a while, so it's, you know, still limited. Yeah, but now they have Serum FX and stuff, and they added a bunch of like new features to the FX. But primarily, your sound design, it's pretty simple. It's just combining the wavetables and then shaping the sound. The LFOs are just shaping the sound, and the wavetables are what sounds you're smashing together. And so when you smash the sounds together, they go through this, and this shapes them, and then they go to the filter, and then this is like the filter on your mixer. Yeah. So you can control it has a whole bunch of options too. But you can control how the sound, like right here, it's peaking this low, and then it's cutting the highs, right? So this is low, band pass, and high, I think. Yeah, it's peaking the lows, it's band passing here, and then it's cutting the highs. I don't know if that's 100% correct, but it's that's the shape of it, right? If I switch this to, let's do this guy, different. It's just got, you know, this is like having a different knob on your mixer. Yeah, for sure. Let's see if it'll still sound the same. And if you start it in weird places, you always have to start this right here, because like if I start it, listen to this. It's on right here, but then it's off there. So it's not going to sound like that when you're playing it, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just where it starts at,
yeah. And right now I can immediately tell I don't really like that kick. And the snares are not for... Snare's better because I just had to get... it was a trap snare on this template that I was using. Yeah. And I changed it to more of a dubstep snare. But, like, the drums... snare.
Yeah, what makes it more of a dubstep?
Dubstep snares usually have highs on them, like a crash or a splash cymbal,
clap type thing.
or a clap. Yeah, clap snares can be trappy or dubby.
Yeah.
Usually dubstep snares. I'll show you. I got a whole folder of them. Dubstep snares have just they're thicker. In general, snares. That's probably dubstep snare. Synthwave. It's a trappy one. It's like synthwave.
Yeah, all those.
Classic, like old school. That's like pretty trappy. You can use that for dubstep if you clear the sounds out of the way so you can hear it. But that one's more of a dubstep if you're going. I'll see here. Like they're very punchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that one has a
It's like a
hard
yeah.
smack, yeah. Where like a trap one would be. They usually have multiple snares in trap too. Like they'll have a main snare, a hitting snare, and then some like pan side snare or something like that one did. Oh shit. That other snare, that clap snare. Yeah. But that's another good point. You want to keep your drums pretty similar too. Like if you're making, you want to decide the song, like give yourself some rules before you make the song. Like you want to say, I want to make a trap song with jungle drums and like really plucky melody, you know? That I can find some kits and make that and make it sound good. If you just say, I want to make a trap song with really loud growl, like what the fuck are you gonna, you know, like how is that gonna, you have to kind of pigeonhole yourself in to make yourself get creative with the drums.
Yeah.
Or any of the sounds. So like here I knew my buddy's style is like really sustained bass and trap. So I wanted to have more aggressive drums because my style is more aggressive, and then keep his trappy style but go with like the sustained growls. Like this one is a longer growl than like what you'd hear Excision play or something, where it's just like like a bouncier. These are flowier, and I'm trying to keep that so that he has room to work with that sonically. Like he could take this growl and make it a longer, yeah. And then that's where Rift comes in. So Rift, I originally got to make a new sound out of the growls because this is the original. And then I put it on Rift.
So it's the exact same track, just fuck with Rift.
Yeah, now you got like stuff for effects. You can make risers, you can make impacts, you can fuck with all of the things.
So you just recorded off Rift, like when you played off Rift?
Yeah, I'll show you. So here, I don't know what the fuck that was, but we'll just make a new one. I just have Rift on this too. So when you do it, I'll set this up. So like I'll duplicate this. No. You want a new track. Jesus Christ. New audio track. For resampling, you go to X-in and then go to resampling. And then you turn this on solo and this on to record. And then you just hit record.
You plug Rift into it?
Yeah. And so now I'm just going to drag this to this one because it already has it on there. Pow. Boom. And now. So I had to.
Damn, my Rift does not look like this.
What? Oh, yours probably looks like this.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
I
You don't need to fuck with those yet. Those are, man, these are still fucking me up.
I just through those and I'm like, I threw all kinds of crazy shit, bro.
See,
you can use that as like a fucking build up or some shit.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I wanted to do it for. So with this one, now Rift has, what we can do is turn this off, turn this on, and we do the exact same thing. New audio track. And this is how you keep making new sounds with the same sound, and your song will sound so consistent and glued together because it comes from the original sound. So you take that and then you just make it into all of the other things. That's what I'm saying. Pick one cool sound on Serum. One is too few. Like 5 cool sounds, and then just fuck with those. Like change the wavetables, change the LFOs, put rift on it, do this, do that, put a new chain on it. You don't have to have 300 different presets. That's just going to give you too many choices, and you're going to be like, well, there's probably a better preset in this pack. And there probably is. But yeah, but you finding the perfect one versus you getting creative and making your patch fit into something else is a way better skill to have, because then you can start fucking with other people's sounds and making it sound like yours. So like if you made a sound, I know what to throw on here to make it sound like me. Yeah. You know, that's how, like, when you hear collabs, you're like, oh, that's definitely his. But this one would be a perfect riser. I just opened one. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Here, this needs to be resampling. And yeah, we'll make a riser out of that one because that was fucking sick.
I noticed you do that on a lot of yours.
Mm-hmm.
With those risers. That's
we're recording. That was sick. Yeah, that was dope. Dude, the little artifacts after that sounded so cool. So then, yeah, where's the build? So now we'll take. This is where I want to. I'm just gonna reverse this whole thing. You know how to do that, right? Yeah. This little button here. And now it should be lined up perfectly too.
You turn the gain down a lot on that, or what?
Oh yeah. So it's at 0 too. When you record these, they're gonna be way higher than your whatever you set it at. Yeah, because they're gonna be
new tracks.
Yeah. And this one is like already sausaged the fuck out. Yeah. That's where it starts. That sounds so cool. It's gonna be perfect. That sounds so cool. This needs to end here, though, I think. So this is where the making edit skills comes into, with like lining stuff up.
Yeah, because you gotta hit it just right.
Yeah. And so this one now needs to go off, and you keep this one on. Let's just see where it's at. Probably needs to be at least 7, probably lower. Oh, I didn't turn that one on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
There we go. I am gonna see where that was lined up though, because I don't like where this is at here. That's where it needs to. Nope. Okay. This is where it stops. I'm just gonna do it this way because it's gonna keep it. Fuck. No, I can't do that. So it starts here. I need a 4-bar it. I'm just talking to myself at this point. Yeah. So now it is 3 bars. Let's reverse this bitch now. And take it back. There we go. I was figuring out how to line that up right. I probably didn't make a lot of sense what I just did there, but essentially I didn't know where the recording was because the recording isn't for 4 full bars here. It's just this section that we used and the tail end of it, so that I didn't have a complete. Ideally, what we should have done is record this whole thing. I'll show you. This will make it a lot easier. Solo, and then rift is on. It is not on. It is on. Now we record it from there. See, now it has a perfect.
It's not too overwhelming either.
Yeah, it's like here I had to split this up and do all this. That is not efficient. Now I know exactly how far 4 bars is, and then I have this little tail here.
Yeah.
So right now I can just go and then boom,
Kaboom.
and then just drag it right here, and then that is exactly where it needs to be. Turn this off and turn you back on. That one I was going to make some highs with because it has a lot of high tone in there.
That sounds so cool.
And then on these, I'll usually add
Yeah, I'm just worried about Denzel.
Denzel.
You talk to him?
Yeah, I just called him.
What happened?
He's not good.
Oh, no.
My coworker, he got laid off yesterday.
Oh.
And he's already in like a really fucked position. His girlfriend kicked him out. He used to be living in his car, and
Oh,
his car
fuck.
got repoed. And so now he has this apartment, but he can't afford the apartment. And
They give him like severance or anything?
I asked him, he said they gave him like $1,500. That ain't shit.
Oh.
It got repoed or?
Well, at first he said it was repoed, and then he said he needs a charge, which I don't know.
Okay, repoed.
A charge?
It was repossessed.
Yeah.
Bank took it back.
Maybe he means it's about to get repoed, and then it died. I don't know.
Or he had to have it towed.
I think he's too embarrassed to tell the truth about a lot of things.
Tow truck to have it towed because it needed a charge. I'd also
I just told him we'd talk more once I got back from my work trip. Because I know, like, when he was sleeping in the car in the wall, and then one of our coworkers came
Oh, it's so handy. I'm gonna wash this guy out a little bit.
No, he would always tell us that he had a place to stay. Like, he was staying with would pick him up.
That sounds so cool.
And then you couldn't lie about it. So he definitely
And you had a little tension.
I don't know.
Right here.
At the end of the day, I know I always have my family to be like, Mom,
I don't know what the drop is doing here. No, I want it perfectly quiet here.
he doesn't know what to do.
So it goes like stop, and then I want the sound to go boom, boom. Let me take this out. That was from the other song.
Yeah, because I mean, sometimes life can have been someone and.
Just gonna add some fills here, and so
You can fuck with something on riffs and throw something there, what?
yeah, so that's what. See, when something pops up, like I didn't know that was gonna be a riser, but when you said that, it made sense.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, we got to make this a riser, and it's also good to do when you click on these, click Command R, and rename them to like deepness riser, deepness riser.
Yeah, that way you don't have to go click on every fucking single one trying to find it.
And then what you can do is at the end of this, you can collect all and save. and it'll pull all the sounds that you made into one folder, and then you can drag all of these samples into another folder that you have, and that's how you organize more of your sounds.
Then you just keep that riser for future songs.
Yeah, now you have a riser that sounds like you that you can use again, and that's how you keep building and building, and that's how people on the road can make a song in like 3 hours because they have an idea and they have all of the sounds to make it because they've already made them.
Sound just like that.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I mean, any trade that you do, you're gonna have these tools that make you go faster, right?
Yeah.
This is like the number one thing that is gonna make you way faster.
You're not searching through supplies, getting what everybody else has.
And you know you like it. That's the thing that I had to get over. If I knew I liked the sound, I just saved it and then let people give me feedback on it. Because I feel like I have a good ear for it, but sometimes people won't like it. So if you save it, and then like what like I was saying earlier about people listening to your songs and they're like, oh, I like that hi-hat or I like that growl or something. That's how when I put them into that folder where I'm like, save this one, edit this one, make it a new one, and you know, like, because everyone's using the same sounds on Splice, but if you throw it through Rift, you can't even tell what the fuck it is, and it still sounds cool.
Yeah.
So that one that makes it high, like you want to crush it really hard. I would say like twisted feedback maybe.
Holy shit. Shit.
That's kind of cool. That was cool.
How in the fuck did you get that?
Dude, it's just going through the things.
That's insane.
Let's try it. I want that tail.
Yeah, how do you get that?
Probably just let it roll. I'm gonna
Just let it roll out.
That's fucking sick. So that here.
Make that bouncy part. Use it as like a bouncy like filler.
Wow.
Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean?
So then that's perfect. That's perfect. There's like a spot here where it'd work right here. I bet it would work really well. Let's do. Fuck it. I want to see how that sounds right now. Maybe the tail of it. Oh, I forgot you. It's just like a funky, you know, and even if you don't use them,
Rhythm too.
yeah, I just keep it there and then I'll throw it to the side if I don't like it. Or the thing about all of this is you can't stop. If you stop and you think about, is it cool or is it like, where does it go or whatever? If you don't have an immediate spot for it, throw it somewhere and then deal with it later. You gotta like make the main idea, and then once you have that core idea for your drop and all your parts that you need, then just explode the rest of the song. Like just take it and layer in the pieces. But the drop is the main focus of the fucking song. So I usually start with just a drop idea.
So cool.
What?
So like
That's sick. Let's just cut it hard here and see what it does. Oh, that's so cool.
it's like zeroes out a little bit.
That's sick.
Oh, dude, that's perfect.
I'm gonna keep this too. This sounded kind of cool. Let's do this and
So that's how
then
you would make a sample pack too. It's just
Yeah.
like random shit like this.
yeah, essentially. put it on the end. I think it's more of like a
Yeah.
transitionary
Turns
sound.
back to the fucking-
Yeah. Oh, it's perfect. Beautiful. And this would be like a one-shot tape or a tape stop. Tape stop. That's what they call those things when it just something just goes. Zzz.
Yeah.
It's a tape stop.
Okay, tape stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's so cool.
Came out fucking
I love this, dude. Rift is OP. Let's do okay. This retro grit one sometimes is gets some interesting stuff.
Well, I know you. That's what I'm saying. As long as you are forward, like.
No, you know what's funny?
Regardless.
Shit. Oh, I think there's one down here. That's cool. That one's sick. These are sick.
I've been hating that. Turned down on like. Money on, but also all these fucking subscriptions.
That's sick. That's so cool.
So much shit just gets ripped out of my goddamn account.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Where?
I was paying for a Lightroom account. For this app that I
Is this still resample? It is resample.
Adobe?
Fuck it.
It's so choppy too.
It's beautiful.
That one time. Why am I paying for this?
So in this gap,
Yeah.
let's see if it goes in there. So it's a 1, 2, 3. That already sounds sick. Yeah. And then this isn't even like EQ'd, filtered, anything like that. It's just like you do that after. You want to get your main sound, and then you will
Go tweak it and glue it together, kind of.
take the fat sausage and then shape it into beautiful sausage. It still needs to be a sausage, yeah, but a beautifuler sausage. 1, 2, it's 3. So I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna wait. Right? And you can.
Yes.
I think this is the. Yeah, this is the growl. I'm gonna take that out and then throw it in, because that sounds way cooler. Now, check this fucking shit out. Warp it with complex. Apparently everyone's talking shit on warp modes right now, like in the producer world, and I don't understand it. There we go. Who fucked you?
Joe Blaster. Ooh. That'd fuck your brain up right there.
Oh yeah. Let's do this. What are you doing, bud?
On the 22nd, we can email.
Oh my
Oh God, we need to make it a little bit shorter, but
That's fucking.
like right where it ends, probably. Yeah, that's probably it right there. Boom. Ah, damn it. Dun 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 dun. Something's going on with that sound though. What is this?
They get most.
Something's here.
80, 90 hours. Like, it was not legal. We were
Maybe the fast is better.
We were
Let's
driving
try it again.
27
Yeah.
hours straight.
Cool in theory.
And that's completely illegal. Like, truck drivers
You should like rise it up.
Yeah,
Go there and do the fucking.
I agree.
Like even like as a mini like fake drop.
through to LA. Me and one other girl. Straight to
I
LA.
like that. Let's do like a. Let's get the highs too. But I like the bass.
Yeah,
And
bass sounds
drinking on the
Sounds
road
sick.
to keep us, like, going.
That's sick.
Like, so bad.
Well, I mean,
But, like,
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
but yeah, so,
Cut
like,
this. Oh shit.
at the end of the day, it actually is a good thing, and we're gonna make it. It's just
Fuck, I hate that. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I think that'd be cool. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Fuck that. Does that start? It starts here. So you don't want to overlap a lot of things that you want to focus on, like that break it down vocal. It starts right here, and I don't want any sound going here. I'm good.
You want one?
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Right now?
The march.
Yeah.
Who is?
I was like, if you're down, I'm down. She's like, no, I gotta do brunch. I'm trying to convince her out of it.
Who is?
Heather. I was like,
That'd be
bitch,
sick to go to.
Yeah.
don't get me sick this mom making out at 3 in the morning.
This is very true. They do be doing that a lot.
I know.
A lot, a lot.
There's
Alright,
a
now we
bunch
got.
of fluff on the floor, so I put it on the kitchen table. So don't get weirded out when there's a bunch of fluff on your kitchen table.
Okay.
I just don't want them to eat it because then they'll get a foreign object in their body. And
Not foreign
Pull it
objects.
out of there and then spit on the ground.
No. My friend Chloe in high school, her golden retriever swallowed a bunch of fluff from a stuffed animal and died.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
And he was only 4.
Oh.
Well, that's
So,
not cool.
Pick up the fluff.
Oh, I pick up the fluff. It's just they get a hold of. They get super excited when they're out of company and then they destroy their toys.
It's
And
fine.
they just
Only
wanna.
when people
I
are
rub
here.
my bad dog.
Just
It's
stab
only
it,
when
just
people
rub
are
it
here
up.
they destroy their toys. I don't understand it.
Makes sense.
Like look at that yellow one, Tyler. It's like hard up right now.
Harvey.
He's like ripped in half.
Yeah, but all day they're just sitting on it, not doing shit.
They're just carrying in their mouths, but when the people are here, they just fucking anxiously.
Oh, we're bad dogs. Yeah.
Move! Out the fucking way!
Harvey.
Hey.
God damn it.
Did. There's a lot of other plugins like Rift too, but Rift is just the coolest one I've found so far. It's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, it's got everything I need.
And once you learn how to use the tunings here, you can make it in any key and in any LFO you want to match your match your song. But you don't. I didn't even start fucking with this until like 2 months ago. I was just using the presets and they were still sounding
Yeah, that's
good.
what I've been just going through the presets. Everything. You can
Yeah.
use it for anything.
Beautiful. See, that one's got some crunchness to it. Let's do growl bass. That's some heavy. That's some trenchy shit.
It is some strategic. Gutter roller. Where do they come up with these names?
I don't know, but this would be really cool as like a background noise though.
True, like an
a-
obvious white noise.
Yeah, like in the intro, it's like.
Yeah.
I need one more. Audio track for resampling the resample. This one is. I don't know what to call this.
I need to
No.
Yeah, that's not cool at the beginning.
Yeah, if we take it and go build it as part of this build too. And then, so if it's part of the build, then I'll usually like do something like this where I duplicate it and then put it at the end too. You know, tease the sounds as it goes. It's like you want to build, you want to get, this is like your preview, this is their trailer to the movie, right? You want to give them a little hint of what's going on, but then you want to open up the whole spectrum of everything you got at the drop. But to keep it interesting, you want to tease them with this sound, like, you know, in movies when they give you like, you kind of think you know the ending. Yeah, you can guess it, you know, like you watch the movie, like, I think I know how that ends, but it's like still throws you for a loop, even though the preview gave a lot away. That's what you want to use those for. So like this song is. Oh. This sound is like you can tease it here and then fuck with it even too over here. So it could sound kind of dull here, and you could just bring out a lot of highs or something at the end to make it poke out or something. And you know, people knew it was coming, but they didn't know the sound was going to be like that. You know, it's still, you're still fucking with people on micro levels, and that's dubstep is so intricate now. People are very used to sounds. You have to really throw curveballs in there.
It all sounds the same.
Yeah. For this, I just EQ out the. Just EQ8. I'm gonna EQ out the lows and make it a high layer. Let's roll off. It was too. It's gonna be really loud. That might just be a riser. It might be too much for all the sound going on here. Oh, it's already over here. That is too much. I need this off real quick so I can fuck with some stuff. I think we should take this though and put it over here on the second half.
Take it now.
Like this. Hard? Is it hard? Harvey, what the fuck is going on, bro?
And lay down. Nobody wants to listen to your shit. Go.
Cause like here, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
Let's clear a path. Actually, might keep that. Clashing. Where's this hit? Maybe. A little wow. So what's going on with that? Just delete the whole thing. Let's delete the whole thing. Maybe it might have a place somewhere, but right now I'm not feeling it. I'm just gonna deactivate it. See, this would be
Sounds
cool
pretty yeah.
with like teased in. So it's on both. Take it down. Take the highs. Wash it out really hard.
Make your departure.
You going? Ah. Well. I think that was enough fucking around. What? Yeah. Oh, you, me. Yeah. Oh, I got mine.
Your birthday cake's gonna just be made out of birthday cocaine with candles in it. I'll be like Pablo Escobar giving you a pound of coke.
Better be bricked up.
Bricked up.
Worked out.
Live on the stream. Got to cut that one out.
Yep. Hey, I'll know what to do. It's a lot to take in, though. I don't want to like overload you with info, so we'll cut that there. I just mean like it's like drinking from a fire hose. You're only gonna get as much as you can swallow at one time. You know, it's.
I could swallow quite a bit.
Relax.
It's like
It's so.
Everybody chill out.
All right, I got a edit idea for you. We need to.
I also want to fuck around with that new Pierce.
Oh,
effect
hold on.
down this drop.
Let me show you this. Okay. Let me show you this synthesizer first. What?
Say something's in your butt?
You did.
No,
I think it's lunacy.